Hello and welcome back to another update, and I've been quite busy on a number of different projects, so I'll start straight away. On the O gauge layout, I've completed the track laying, and if you remember in the last video we test ran a loco round the curves and everything was okay. Well, I then completed the track layout. So let me just take you around and show you what I've done. Okay, so on the other side of the layout, you'll see that I have completed the track laying right the way around. There's not really a lot to show up the end there, just the circuit going round. I've got 3 Daypole Lionheart Mark 1s there. They all go around absolutely fine. I've also added in a turnout just there because what I'm going to do is have a right hand turnout coming back with a siding coming back here, going through a sort of low relief, half relief warehouse, and then what I shall do down there is put a couple of sidings in with a run round loop and do a bit of shunting in that. And I've been building the Pico SL740BH buffer stock, and there's one that I have made earlier in classic Blue Peter fashion. Basically they come in a box and they are made up of 5 pieces, so each side is two sides that you snap together, but you have to snap them together underneath the rail. So you can see there that they clip, that end and that end clip on underneath the rail but above the sleepers. They're nice and sturdy. I've glued them all together. I've made this little sort of piece of track up with the buffer stock because it was easier to get them on, and I shall do the same with the other ones. So I've got them that I can just stick them on the end of a piece of track, and you've got a ready-made siding. So I've got a couple of those. They're only about £3 each, so that's what I've been doing. So yeah, we've got a complete circuit going all the way around now, and I've tested it, and everything is absolutely fine, so I'm pleased with that. That is a major result, because I didn't think that I would actually be able to get anything in this gauge, but I'm pleased with the result on that. Moving up onto the upper level, the HO gauge layout, and I have picked up a few more bits and pieces. We've got some of the Pico, which is the German Pico, spelt P-I-K-O, and these are the hobby range DB Regio double deck coaches. That's the driving trailer, and I've got another one there and another one there, and we have a class 218 diesel loco, and I've also picked up a couple of these Pico Expert range Euro FEMA coaches. Now those ones are along with these ones here in the Trans Europe Express livery, those ones are part of a heritage rake that actually still operates over there, and so I'm just trying to capture that. I've obviously seen that, but yeah, so I've got a couple of ocean blue and beige Euro FEMA coaches, and then we've got some classic Trans Europe Express coaches there with the restaurant coach and the pantograph on it, and a couple more down there. So that will form a heritage sort of rake which is still operating, and that obviously is in, or I should say on the upper level. So this is effectively a 3-row fiddle yard, but it's disguised as a station to maximise the sort of operating potential. So similar to the lower level here, I've got an additional loop with a few second-hand Roco wagons that I picked up recently, including a Danish sort of VGA type sort of wagon there, a few Swiss German wagons. And just touching on the other side quickly, I've got the city airport train, which is the train that runs in Austria from Vienna to the airport and back. I went on that a few years ago. That's a Pico hobby range again, and we've got some Roco scale length Eurofema coaches there in the sort of what I would deem still the current Austrian sort of livery on a train there. So yeah, this is beginning to sort of take shape again, and I've been doing a bit of running on it, and there is a few areas left to sort of do in terms of the scenery and detailing. It was nowhere near finished yet. The ballasting is all but complete. I've just got a bit over the other side to do on the station on the upper level. And this area here, I have mentioned it before, we've got some, you can just see them there, tight sort of curves going round. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this area with a raised up section, which will be the same height as the raised up section at the back, and it will hide the controller, and there'll be retaining walls either side, and that cathedral will sit up on top, and that will just break up the scene, and also the tight sort of curves that sort of go around and immediately curve around the other side. So that's something, another project that will be done. And another recent rival is this again Pico, which is the German Pico, and it's a Austrian OBB, and it's a Taurus loco. This seems to be the sort of in thing over in sort of Austria. They use them in Germany as well, but you do see these on a lot of trains, particularly on the Semmering Pass, on heavy freight trains, passenger trains. They still use the earlier electrics as well, but it seems that these locos are all the rage at the moment, and I have seen them. I don't mind them. I think they look all right. So yeah, that's a hobby range version. Again, it's really nicely detailed. It does put some of these UK models to shame, really, you know, when you think how cheap they are and the detailing. So yeah, that's another new addition, just sitting in the head shunt there. And lastly, I thought I'd just revisit my N-gauge layout, which I built quite a while ago. And this is on a 4-foot long by 3-foot wide baseboard. It features a double track main line, and then we have a upper level terminus running all the way around down a incline and round into a separate 2-row fiddle yard the other side, which I'll take you there in a second, with a connection to the main line. We've got an MPD depot, and we've also got some goods sidings and a parcels facility coming through from the other side. Now the Terminus Station is obviously a sort of generic. The run round loop is actually incorporated back sort of here at the station sort of entrance area, and I did that because obviously putting a run round loop starting there with another set of points sort of traditionally sort of about there, I wouldn't have been able to get the platform arrangement. So we've got 2 platforms and 2 additional storage sidings, so the trains in either platform can reverse out and run round. The train shed roof itself, whilst taking a little bit of inspiration from the like of Wick and Thurso, it's just a generic train shed. This station is a classic urban sort of terminus station building and platforms, etc., designed to be anywhere sort of in the sort of northeast or any sort of urban sort of city environment, and it's so I can run, you know, I'm sort of liking it to sort of areas around sort of Manchester, even the Midlands, even up in Scotland, you know, Glasgow, high level sort of railways, etc. So it can be anywhere really. It's a generic sort of but I'm going to reinactivate this layout and start using it, and it will be based on the northwest area, because of memorable childhood holidays, Manchester Victoria train spotting, the club trains to Holyhead, you know, a little bit of we went to the likes of Buxton, obviously the Terminus Station there, and that was back in the day when they had the depot there, and it was, you know, there's not a lot there now. So yeah, I'm just sort of using this now to rekindle memories of club trains, regional railways Mark 1s and blue grey Mark 1s, class 31s, you know, 47s, etc., pacer units. So that's what I should be using this layout for. Right, I'll just take you over the other side. Now this side was actually non-scenic, so right at the bottom of the picture there, the track on the bottom left curves round into the two-road fiddle yard for the upper level terminus, and then the double track comes round and goes into what used to be a four-road fiddle yard, but I made it into a scenic section. So there's there's loads of operational potential on this, on a 4 foot by 3 foot layout. The Terminus Station with the two tracks here, you can alternate with trains on the with two additional storage lines here, two platforms. So there's loads of sort of toing and froing of different trains, run round manoeuvres, all sorts of stuff. And the idea of these sidings going in to over there was that you'd have three short trains there and three locos over there in the depot, and each loco of the three can pick up one of the three other short freights or parcels and then take them round. So it's an action-packed layout. I put a basic back scene going along with some girder sort of bridge pieces there. Obviously there'll need to be a bit of poly filler put in there and some grass, bushes and shrubbery to cover that gap, but the upper level here was made out of one piece of 4x2 3mm MDF, the whole upper level, and then I've mounted it on softwood offcuts of wood. That's why the incline over there, we can just see at the top of the picture, it naturally flexed down to a nice sort of you know, incline, of which an N-gauge loco and about 4 coaches just, you know, walks up it. There's no problem at all with that. That back scene there is actually from an old what is it, Mahano train set, Continental HO gauge. It's some sort of hotel type sort of, so I just thought, why not just stick it across there, because, you know, that sort of municipal type building could be set back a bit, and this could be right in the foreground, so giving a sense of depth there, using a larger sort of scale back scene looks better, I think. And obviously where you've got the brick retaining wall there, behind that's obviously a road and everything else. But yeah, this layout is a really nice little cheeky little layout. It runs superbly, and everything about it is absolutely you know, really nice to operate. I've obviously detailed it with some Western models, got an engine shed there and a low relief, half relief building. We've got some very early Graham Farish buildings here from the train sets, and including one of their N-gauge water towers, which looks suspiciously like the Hornby 00 gauge one. I think they did have an agreement to do those in N-gauge along with the station buildings and goods and engine sheds. But yeah, I'm pleased with this, and there'll be a running session on this soon, and I may even start another new N-gauge project soon, so watch this space. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to give you a quick sort of look at what I've been doing on the O gauge layout. Obviously the track layout is complete on that, and I've been pottering about with various other bits and pieces like the buffer stops, etc. The HO gauge layout, it's new additions which I have shown you briefly. I mean, I'm not going to waffle on if there's nothing that, you know, really just sort of I just want to touch on things and give you a quick snapshot of what I've been doing. So this video has obviously gone on long enough now, so I'll wrap it up there. Thanks to all my new and existing subscribers. I hope what I'm doing is of interest, and I'll see you in the next video shortly. Thank you.